Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do is push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody out there doing it. It's your boy, Coach Lee. Happy Taco Tuesday to you. Appreciate you hanging out with us. And you know how we do. It's the chickity chop up. We're going to have a little fun tonight. Got some great topics. Today's a holiday that I bet a lot of y'all didn't even know about. We're going to turn you on to something today. That's what we do around here. But, man, let's get the crew up in here tonight, man. Right off the bat, we got my man. You know he going to bring that high fire like he always do. Meta wide. Dialing.
We are here. Tuesday, tacos, hot sauce, chop up. Come through. Come rock with us, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. We are across the globe. I want to give a shout out real quick, man, to my homegirl Martha, man. You know what I'm saying? Walk and talk, man. I was on a little mini segment this morning on Instagram, you know, and she definitely, you know what I'm saying, asked some great questions, some great intake. So, you know what I'm saying, Miss V_88 on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, follow her. A morning walk and talk, man. Yes. So I told her I was shout out, you know what I'm saying, friend, you know what I'm saying, went to school with her, you know, doing big things, man, you know what I'm saying. Maybe one day be on the show. Remember, that's it. But we got to continue the show. Triangle offense. I thought it was tonight. We playing 4 square. So what square I'm going to let out first? I'm going to let out the hot one right now because this man been, this man is the mouth of the East. They thought Jimmy was the mouth of the South. He may be in the mouth of the South too. My guy, Chile Will in the building. And he got on the red like Jimmy. What's the word with you, brother, man?
How we doing, fellas?
How you doing?
How we doing? Bobby ain't here yet? That's crazy.
Bobby ain't here yet.
He's probably waiting us at the regular time.
That's true. But yeah, man, you know what it is. We here, Taco Tuesday. Here to bring you the chop up like we always do. You know, we thought it was going, like you said, thought it was gonna be a 3-man week today, but we got with the infamous fourth member, Jake. It's
in the building.
Bring Jake on, man. What it is.
Good evening. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
You don't sound all prim and proper.
No, I've only been up for a few minutes. I checked out the Blue Jays game real quick, down by a run.
He said that like he was fixing his tie.
It's
I know, right?
Canada Day weekend. It's a great week. I'm getting excited for the weekend. It's gonna be a good weekend too.
Sounds good.
Absolutely, man. We here on this Chopo Tuesday.
From our resident Canadian.
Our Canadian Ohioan. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wear that proudly, by the way.
Oh no, as you should, man. You know what I'm saying? To your heritage all day. Chop up. We come through every Tuesday night with some topics that we have on the back burner. We talk a lot of sports topics and things like that. But in this portion of the week, we chop it up on some interesting topics. The last couple of weeks have been an interesting couple of laws that you would never know unless you paid attention and studied, like Will, that there are laws in this world. And a bunch of other summertime cookout food. You know us, the usual.
I want to know how many of those laws people in office in those states don't even know that that's a law.
A lot of them.
I'm betting.
They don't even know what they're doing right now.
Yeah. They don't know what to do with the laws that we all know about. So yeah,
right.
Absolutely. And Will, I say that to say this.
Mm-hmm.
The way we opened up the chop up tonight it's something that people may have a lot of opinions on and potentially could go down in the book that you've been giving us, to start the summer off. So we'll give a shout out first off to WGNTV.com for their lovely services tonight. It's where I got my news from, my topic for tonight. I know it's been ringing around the world all weekend. Chicago. Charges have been dropped against a mother and her 14-year-old son after a fatal shooting in a restaurant in the city's West Fulham neighborhood. Now, before we go deep into this, I seen a video in the restaurant. But we're going to get to the story just in case people don't know. According to the state attorney's office, in light of the emerging evidence, the attorney's office has dismissed the charges against Carlisha Hood and her son. June 18th, Hood enters Maxwell Street Express to get food while her son waited in the car outside. Shortly after, a man entered the restaurant and an argument ensued between Hood and him. Court documents state. Hood then allegedly was texting her son from the store, signaling him, and he entered the restaurant during the argument. The argument quickly turned physical when the man punched Hood in the head multiple times. Then the document states Hood's son displayed a firearm and fired shots at the man. He sustained a gunshot wound to his back. The man then fled the restaurant where the 14-year-old boy proceeded to follow him and fired more shots. The man, who's been identified as 32-year-old Jeremy Brown, sustained 2 gunshot wounds to the back and was pronounced dead shortly after. Both Hood and her son turned themselves in and were arrested last week. Then prosecutors confirmed Hood nor her son had any prior criminal records, and investigators said she had a valid firearm owner identification card. But on Monday, prosecutors dropped the first-degree murder charges and multiple other charges and said, based upon the facts, evidence in the law, we are unable to meet our burden of proof in the prosecution of these cases. Hood is expected to speak Tuesday along with her attorneys. So, difficult situation, man. You got a mother, restaurant, a man approaches her, disrespects her. Her son, who is definitely taught, by his mom, at least, how to treat a woman. And anybody can know, you defend your mom at any cost.
Yeah.
100.
You got one
definitely.
mom.
And
you get one.
14-year-old son, man, in the restaurant. Figure where he's at. I mean, he's in Chicago. He's a young kid, and we know these young kids nowadays, man. They more to carry the blicker than we was in our old days. As you see right here, this is the restaurant where it happened, and I seen a viral video of him hitting her, but I didn't know it was then the kid that shot him. I thought it was 2 different stories.
Really?
Yes. And to Dominique, shout out to my man Dominique, man, you know what I'm saying, moderator, the group member, you know what I'm saying, always showing his love. He posted the actual story. Here you go.
I heard somewhere else, and again, this is hearsay. This is not factual, but I heard there was a point where the mother was like finish him at the end.
I heard that too, according to some of the witnesses, and also according to some of the other witnesses, I've heard that she was talking about popping the witness.
Yeah,
but that's hearsay right now.
Yeah, that's hearsay. It's a little wild. And look, I guess at the end, none of it matters because all them charges been dropped. So, I would hope that is all just anecdotal or just hearsay nonsense.
Right.
But drive safe, Bobby. Don't let us you up driving, man.
What's up, Bobby?
What's going on? Yeah, man. But in the meantime of this, we're in a nation. We're in a country where we see a lot of stuff happen. The solution sometimes is one thing. The solution is sometimes another. I think we've hit in that trend in this situation here. Because when stuff like this happens, not to be an ass, but it kind of starts to be a trend.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying it will, because I hope it doesn't. But and Will, you just mentioned that the moms possibly said finish him or something.
Yeah.
Most moms, I would hope, in a situation if your child have a gun and he's going to shoot somebody, you don't let him do that. But in this case, yeah, she must have. This is not this situation, but definitely been some violence around that family. And back to the guy, man, who passed away, man, disrespectfully hits her, like in front of her son. Yeah.
He wailed on her too, man.
Wailed on her, like not only just like it doesn't even matter what he did at that point. He like
she was another man.
Like he was a man. And it's a terrible situation, but what I find it is just like the opinions of people all around the world. How do you feel about the charges being dropped? A lot of people in cases are like, shout out to them. They got the charges dropped to get them as they should. But like I said, in this world, a lot of the same things happen twice. If this was to happen again in this world, will be the same result. And that's kind of where I kind of feel down on the situation in that case, because I just feel like in this world nowadays, when stuff happens, stuff kind of repeats itself. And everything repeats itself. And it sucks that this is a standstill in the world right now, a national story. We could have lost 3 lives, potentially.
Yep. And
it's sad that we lost 1. But we're never going to take away or excuse that man for what he did to make this incident what it is. A 14-year-old boy basically told to shoot him. And I feel like that's why the charge was dropped on the son, because depending on if they charged the mom, was going to go out with the son. The son's a minor. At the end of the day. So definitely, and if that's the case though, you say, oh, there was no factual information or anything. The mother's identification card, she definitely gave her gun to her son to shoot him.
Or it was in the car and he brought it with him or something like that.
Either way, yeah. So it's just kind of like, yeah, man, it's kind of damn, man. I wouldn't want to be in those shoes right now at all, even after the incident. Where violence gets back at you. Sometimes violence happens with violence.
I mean, does any of this...
Mother got to walk around crazy.
Does any of this fall under self-defense in any case?
I'm sure that's why she be...
Yeah, that's why the charges were dropped in the case, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why. Yeah, look, hey, I mean, Chicago and shootings it's too much still. This case is a little weird to judge. It is uncomforting to hear the so-called what was said after about finishing them or talk about hitting the witness. Well, yeah, none of that's good. But look, in terms of defending his mother, I'm not mad at the kid, man. And the way the man was approaching the situation, the violence he was using in public. I mean, not that you should be violent with women ever anyway, but you're gonna hit on a boy's mother in front of him in public, like it's not ideal, man. It's not good.
Any man in that position, I mean, when say shoot, But any man, any boy, any man in that position, you see his mom right there, man. Definitely.
You're gonna do something. You're
Let
gonna
me
do
ask you
something.
this. Not that it makes a difference, because it doesn't.
I think I know where this is going.
But what started it all?
I often wonder in this case, was this something that's going on over time? Does she know how he react? Does she trigger this to get this response and give her son a gun? Anything could have been the case. All I know is what started this? Who knows, man? What starts any kind of drama, any kind of domestic dispute? It could be something small. We could never really know unless he tells us, and also we don't know that man's personality. We obviously know what he's capable of. We saw him put hands on a woman in public, so we obviously know that he's capable of things that you shouldn't be doing in the first place. We know clearly there's an anger issue, but you don't know what pushes a man to get that far. So, and that's something that I just, and a lot of deaths you just never know. And
Right.
I feel like that's one of those situations where we just won't know that. And it may not be for us to know.
Definitely, I agree with that. I mean, but like you said, man, in the city today in Chicago, I mean, we'll give it a 45-50% chance that it was something that was escalated into that point. And whatever happens, happened. And damn, man, it's a sad situation, man. But definitely something to look up on.
I will say this. If everybody is telling the truth in terms of the people involved, not necessarily the hearsay from the witnesses, I guess it's an odd word to use. I don't even really want to use the word refreshing, but refreshing that in this case, normally I feel like they throw that kid under the jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right.
And in this case, if things went as exactly as we see, if things are as they seem, I guess justice in a sense was served. It was capital punishment on brother man, but but in the spur of the moment, in the heat of the moment, that's the type of justice that was dealt out to him. That's just what happens. What's good, mama?
What's going on, mama? And they say they said they have new videos showing moments before the mother allegedly encouraged 14-year-old son to shoot man in the restaurant. So, I mean, and definitely said they dropped out everything, and then now that stuff's coming out. I mean, can it go back to court potentially? We'll find out.
That may be a reason why they drop charges now, because if you bring it to court and you don't have your shit together and you can't prove it and you lose the case, then you can't revisit this. So if you drop now,
double jeopardy.
Right. If you drop now, then maybe you can come up with more information and more evidence, and then you can recharge if they so please. What I will say is, I will be the first to say, like, I've seen domestic violence, I've seen things like this up close and personal. What I will say is commendable by the son defending his mother, but quite the opposite in the mother telling her son to shoot a man. Regardless of the situation, there's better ways to handle that. You do not know in that moment, regardless of how you think shit looks being played out on camera, regardless of any of that, you do not know how the court system or how anybody, especially a black man in Chicago, how that's going to play out for your son. So encouraging that, I'm out on the mother if I have to say so myself. Yes, from what we're seeing, I guess we just see them arguing. We don't, in terms of being left out, we don't really know what it's about. I don't think there's audio in the video.
Never seen anything on it.
Right. Also, we got to stop. Like, I'm glad that we have this evidence here for this case, but like, I think we also, some of the cameras were from inside the store itself, but also we got to stop filming everything, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Like as a sport, I get it if you doing it in a sense of like, this could something could happen. We're gonna need this for evidence, or if you happen to be recording. But this as like a pastime, we gotta dead that, man. We gotta stop that as a as a human race, but as a culture too. Like we got to stop that shit.
Before we get out of this, we're gonna let y'all see this right here.
It's rough. So avert your eyes if you got weak stomach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did she owe him money for some drugs?
Yeah, that is a grown man punching a woman like a grown man.
So, I'm gonna ask y'all a question on this. I saw some people were kind of upset. So, did you see the older gentleman that was behind her that left the area?
Yeah. Look, he saw a gun and made moves, and I have exactly zero qualms with that.
So, I'm glad we agree on that because
Yeah,
some of the
I don't have a problem with it either.
discussed,
At the end of the day, anything violent wise, if you decide to walk away, the only way you getting flack for it, honestly, is if, like you said, the people that are in the media or your homies may clown you or whatever, but ultimately, I'm leaving the scene. If I'm him, I'm leaving the scene. I don't have a problem with that. No negativity towards that.
My mama right here in the chat with us. I don't want anybody having to explain to her son died a hero.
yeah,
I'd rather there be video of me running like a little bitch. I'm cool with that.
right.
Unless I really feel like unless a kid's being hurt, unless a child's being hurt, and I need to stand ground for that child, or unless it's my mother herself, all set.
Shout out to my man.
All set on everybody. What up, E Killer?
E Killer, what's up, man?
Video or audio. They have the video with the audio with the guy.
They did. So I haven't seen that one then.
No, with him hitting her?
No, I haven't. I've seen it. I haven't heard it.
Oh, I heard the audio.
I didn't hear no audio.
Crazy, man.
Like, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. He's like, I'm gonna tell you one more time, and then.
So she again, it doesn't justify anything, but she was provoking him. That's crazy.
From the video that we seen, you really didn't see her provoking. It only starts when he's telling her, pretty much to get out of the way or whatever the case may be. So I haven't seen anything before that. But yeah, I wanted to ask y'all that because I saw some people on social media gaslighting and stuff like, now all the people that was in there filming and not trying to intervene, you could have intervened before he got to that point. But
even then, you in Chicago where they run fades for nothing. Like this isn't.
Well, I'm gonna say even at the same time, I'd rather be able to go home to my family because it didn't involve me. And I saw some people like, you gotta, these young men and these guys these days, we supposed to stand up for women and stuff like that. But I've seen situations where I've personally seen people step into a domestic violence issue, take a beat down, lucky they didn't get killed, and take a beat down. And the lady ends up back with the abuser.
Yeah, that's
so help me understand how that works. And also, as far as the older gentleman that was there, that man he's like 70 plus. What was he gonna do? And he did, and like Will said, he vacated. He saw the first hit, and then on the audio, you could hear when he cocked it, and that's when he got out of Dodge.
He's like, "That's my cue to go. That is my cue.
I'm here to get my food.
They're playing my song. I'm gonna leave.
You want some of this too, old man?
Yeah.
No. I'm just here so I.
Hey, you never know. Maybe that old man was ready to go. He was like, "Hey."
Yeah, he was ready to go.
Now.
Like,
whatever
happens,
go
fuck home. He's ready to go to fuck home, but he was ready to go.
There was and I told Will about this last night too. But I know the last year there was two instances here where somebody tried to jump in to be a good Samaritan, and in both of those cases, those gentlemen lost their lives, and they had families. So how can you explain that to your family?
What's that? The old Charlie Murphy joke. He was like, "You want some two old men?" He was like, "Nah, not even that." The old man was like, "Oh man, if I punch you in your hand, I turn to sand." He was so like, yeah, I don't blame the old man for running. And also, like, look, not everybody is built to be a hero, and there's too many people carrying guns in Chicago. Also, you see how he was hitting her? He's a 70-year-old man. How you think you're gonna hit a grown man?
He probably couldn't even take a hit like that.
No, hell no. Hell no. His days of
taking one drop like a sack of potatoes.
Nah, his days of taking punches like that are like 40 years ago, bro. It's not happening, man. Like that's look, I ain't mad at that. I'm more mad at the people just holding cameras up, not doing nothing.
Yeah, that was weak.
My homie Martha came through, man. We shouted you out. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Martha.
You know what I'm saying? Come through. Chop up, man. If you ever want to come on the chop up, you know, let us know, man.
We here.
Absolutely, man.
Real shit, man. Hey.
He said, I'm gonna get this big fun. Now, hey, yeah, I mean, look, again, I don't know what she was saying. There's never really a reason to let it get to that point, though. You just gotta,
with anybody.
Like anybody, really. But like, look, as a grown man with another grown man, look, sometimes you gotta throw the hands. Like it just happens.
You must not got no morals, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the streets is cold, definitely. But we grew up in neighborhoods. We used to see this firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Like, you know, and this is the thing though. Some people are brainwashed through media, movies, things like that. How many videos of us growing up you seen a man, nah. And it's not okay. Never. It's never okay. But we still see it.
I know couples who rumble and openly they both when everything was chill and calm had told me if it ever happens, do not get yourself involved, Will. Like literally told me that. I'm like, all right, well, if y'all do that, I'm gonna just leave because I'm not really.
They say don't disturb us while we rocking.
Look, if we go at it, don't disturb us because like you don't know the subtext or the context or any of that behind it. You don't know.
Healthy, man.
And I told him, y'all should not just be doing that, period. But again, I'm not gonna mind y'all business neither. So
right, all day. And this crime right here, we definitely, like we said earlier, it may be hitting the court again. We'll check and revisit this because I know there's gonna be a lot more, you know, opinions and drama that unfolds in this saga here.
Yeah, if they're saying that she like ordered that hit the way they're trying to say that, and this will come back up for sure. But look, I hope everybody the best, and unfortunately,
rest in peace to
I mean, look, hey, just rest. I mean, I don't know.
In peace. Rest in peace for real. Because at the end of the day, like anybody's situation, he had a family at the end of the day.
Yeah,
that's gonna have to bury him. You know what I'm saying? Despite his wrongs.
That's facts. You're right.
And that's what I care about. We know, but the fact is, you know, I went from my summer, you know, topics to a situation like this. Because as soon as I seen this, I said, yeah, we got to talk about this on the chop. It has to be chopped up and screwed.
Hey, look. We can't always be all fun and games. Sometimes you gotta bring some heavy shit to the table. It's how you know we're real human beings and not just comedians and shit.
That's kind of how we approached this when we wanted to start the chop up. That's the way we kind of wanted to.
It's one of the things, talking about the things that aren't sports related that could be funny or deeper or just an interest or something like.
Other stuff people don't want to talk about either sometimes.
That too, and that's what we're here. That's what we're here to do. But with that being said, man, Jake, you got something for us?
I do have something for us, and I'm actually very interested to see your opinion on this, especially, and I don't know why. So recently,
because I'm gonna be an asshole.
Snapchat added an AI, and this isn't just specifically on Snapchat's AI. I want to know what your gentlemen's idea, thought process, opinions of AI is.
Okay.
Skynet.
Are you scared? Are you scared of it? Are you
fucking Skynet?
It's a neat idea. Is it like get this shit away from me?
No, I'm just at this stage of where it is. I'm waiting for the time traveler to show up because, like you said, Skynet, man, it's getting crazy. I am less. He said we're gonna be replaced. Frankie, you wild, but look, that's definitely a problem. There's gonna be a bunch of jobs that are replaced, but you know what? Maybe we'll be a more efficient race if that's the case, and as human race, and maybe then we could. Hey, maybe more people will get into the arts. Maybe the replacement thing may not be as bad as everyone thinks. Now, that being said, the real problem is I'm more worried about what it means for the judicial system and how to control people and canceling people when you can create and recreate videos of people talking, whole songs of people saying shit that they never said, and whole things like, what does that lead to? And how dangerous is that? So the funny thing is to think of like Skynet and to think of iRobot, right? I'm thinking more Minority Report though, where Like that's what I'm more worried about, where you start either predicting shit or just lying about crimes and locking people up. Because they already lock us up for damn near anything.
And that's exactly what that motherfucker's doing in AI. Now,
yeah, jury duty, 12 robots. Good luck.
Now, do you think that there are possibilities of like some kind of a benefit from it at all?
Yeah, benefit for America, benefit for the government.
Or do you think this is just too much in the infancy type state to where that this couldn't end up being?
I think it's gonna benefit
anything right now.
I think it's gonna benefit a lot of college kids writing essays.
Fair enough.
That's what that too. You got the Chat GPT, right?
Chat GPT is gonna write a lot of shit moving forward. Teacher's job has got a lot harder.
The owner of AEW, the wrestling company, tried to use Chat GPT the other day to write the whole script for Wednesday's show, and he said it has got too crazy. So he said, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it."
So, a part of that is probably he's not as well invested in it yet, or as well knowledgeable about it. Like the real way to make it work is you got to know what you're feeding it. And for starters, there's a lot of things. So there's already one trick that they learned with it, because a lot of like the social subjects or the social issues, it won't approach. Like if you try to get it to say like racial shit, it won't do it. But one of the workarounds with that. But already one of the workarounds was if they told the system that it was a joke and it was about writing a joke, or for like a game show, these are answers for a game show, it then dropped the moral problem of saying these things because it was for something different. So that's already kind of freaky that it made that adjustment like that. But again, it's about what you feed it. And AI art steals from actual art. That's also going to be a problem.
Copyright.
Yeah, and then also like, look, I'm not. I used to rap, and that would be partly writing, and I used to like to write shit. Writers they're going through a strike right now. We're in the writing strike.
Writers are going through a strike right now.
Yeah. And with that in mind, like, well, what does this mean? Like, there's the executives are even slower to come to the table when they think they have a tool that they can just use to write some shit.
Right.
Now, if that shit ever starts writing something as good as Game of Thrones, writers are in trouble.
Right.
Real trouble.
People are in trouble. The country's in trouble because the government wants to control the narrative anyway. So now, if this is a big pass and not a big fail, yeah, some people got a problem. And
I got a question here though.
End up bad too.
Yeah, I got a question here. So, Killer, you saying you loving it? At what capacity though? Like I know. So just full disclosure, he teaches. He's molding young minds. This man's doing he's doing great work. But I want to know what like in what capacity, Icky, like how are you loving that? And how are you enjoying it? How are you using it? What's this? Timberland thinks he's gonna sell verses from dead rappers. He needs to be slapped with the lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, selling verses from dead rappers is old. It's old news though. That's old hat. What we got here?
AI Rapper was created in 2019 by Factory New, a music company that specializes in virtual beings. According to FN's creators, its songs are performed by a human, but the music and lyrics are generated by an AI that analyzes popular music.
Wow. Yeah.
In 2002, FN Mecca became the first augmented reality artist to sign with a major label. However, just 10 days signing the deal with the AI bot, record company Capitol Records dropped the contract. This was done because the AI bot had previously written song lyrics with racial slurs in them. His Instagram profile also showed the bot being beaten up by the police. Such images and lyrics led to the bot being considered offensive and racially stereotypical in nature. FN Mecca has more than 500,000 monthly Spotify subscribers and more than 1 billion views on its TikTok account.
Thank you for that information.
Yes, yeah, I know, Icky. It requires a lot of input from humans, or it can also just take from the internet of information that's already out there. That being said, it can still fabricate shit that has nothing to do with any one person and credit it to that person. I don't know. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, that actually isn't. You said it's a 15-minute topic. That actually isn't a 15-minute topic. That's an entire show.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good until it ain't good. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
if
yeah,
you
that was.
with it, you'll end up being comfortable with it more likely. May not harm people in life. One more thing I'm gonna say on it is, and don't get mad at me, people. This is America, man. You know what I'm saying? Where people get mad when somebody from another country comes in and get what people feel like they've been fighting for forever. So what's gonna be when a robot or AI or whatever you want to call this comes into play, and a lot of stuff starts happening, man.
Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, you got that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah, he's a software engineer. I know you be creating.
My man doing heavy work, man. That's what he's doing.
No, well, that was the whole intention for this, just to be a 15-minute discussion. But
yeah, good luck with that.
To be completely honest with you, this topic for me was not brought up because of Snapchat. It was because I heard something or read an article somewhere that I'm assuming everyone's pretty close to their grandparents or were. My grandmother recently passed away, and when I heard this, I was like, man, maybe I should have kept some extra voicemails or something, because there's something being created, or there's something already in the works of when if you have voicemails from your grandparents or some kind of a voice recording from your grandmother, grandfather, that they are able to take the words that they said, auto-generate into something to where you'd be able to have not a full-blown conversation, but you'd be able to talk to your grandparent again, not like in a face-to-face type thing, but like some kind of a phone call type thing where you'd say something and they'd respond back with something using the words that they use with their voice.
Then you know what that will be good for?
What's
dementia patients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they still have something, because a lot of times they it's almost like they go down this tunnel and they can't find their way back, and use that to help them kind of stay grounded.
Yeah,
definitely. But look, again, I think like any amount of technology or drug or anything like that, in the right hands, this could be great.
Mm-hmm.
And in the wrong hands, it could be terrible. And that's kind of like Facebook in the wrong hands is gross. So
the media's been doing good already. The media's been doing a good job already. So I mean, if the way they've been doing a good job is the same way they probably gonna continue to do it with this creation here, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing though. He did help me though, and y'all know I'm gonna go at. He helped me with a few bets, man. When he does want to on Snapchat, but then sometimes he'd be like, "I don't know these teams." I'm like, "Okay, you still generating yourself. You still generating yourself."
This shit right here, though. This is
me. AI is okay as long as we make sure, as the creators, we are giving them livings. Because once we give AI the ability to learn on its own with no restrictions, we're gonna have a lot of. I was thinking Megan.
Megan.
I haven't seen. I saw the preview.
Oh, I seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I heard it's kind of just a remake of other shit that we've seen, but like,
no, man, it is the remix.
Yeah.
But when you deal with this stuff right now, you think of that in this generation because it's coming. This AI shit is coming out in this generation. Right
more than Megan, if you really want to get a gist of like this type of shit and have a better movie for it, Ex Machina is a way better version of what this is than Megan. Megan is just, it's a slash, like not really a slasher film, but it's like a campy like horror flick. But
yeah, they try to get you first.
But Ex Machina is.
I was saying
it's beautifully done.
Modern day Chucky and all that.
Right.
Once they start selling in the stores, watch out.
You selling a Megan, man. We gotta check out. Everybody gotta check out.
But yeah, because of that creation or that idea that they have for that, it really made me think about all the voicemails that I had and that I really should have kept. That now I'm keeping for my other grandmother, because I'd do anything in the world to talk to my grandma one more time. And if that program or whatever it was available and I had them and I could sync them up and just hear that hillbilly country accent one more time saying Jacob or something, I'd take it for the world. I definitely feel like it's got some pluses and negatives depending on like what Coach said, what it's used for. But right now you kind of gotta keep it at arm's length and like we'll see how this goes type of thing with AI.
To Frankie, a robot taking it. I mean, like at that point, you're allowing that to happen, though.
Right? You still have control, but it's a matter of if you're gonna let this thing continue to take control. And
Americans lazy,
right? But look, exactly. but if Americans lazy, they already lazy. They already not taking the kids to the game.
So the typical American right now is being lazy. They're gonna be even lazier if they add this. So we're talking about the Americans that's already on the pathway of just being lazy and letting their kids be what they want to be. Yeah, if this robot's talking to them, yeah, hell yeah, it's the ultimate bad thing. But you still have control and narratives of what you want to teach your kids and do, and people don't understand that aspect.
Yeah, if you could take this even more serious and just think about what that could do with like let's just say, I don't know if anyone would use it like that, but I would hope that they would if it was kind of an option. Think about suicide prevention. If this person decides that they can't talk to nobody, so they start talking to their AI, the AI reaches out to the suicide prevention hotline.
That would help. That's another movie. What was the movie with her?
Yep, exactly. That's what
the guy was super lonely. The guy was super lonely, and then he had like this AI that he would talk to nonstop until he realized, I ain't gonna spoil the movie, but yeah, fucking it got
no, hold on. But you doing Frizz. This is why I just said earlier. I don't know if you was here when I said that. This ain't gonna go all the immigration communities the jobs, but the immigrants are doing the same thing that the AI is doing. They're coming into this country, and Americans feel like they're taking this shit already. So unless the AI is Pakistani or something else, you know, the AI is coming from America. So whatever it is, at the end of the day, it's what it is.
Coach, the only one who can casually just slide in some Jetson footage.
Hey, you talking about watching kids? That's where we're headed, man. Rosie everywhere.
So if the immigrants are mad at that, this is why the immigrants get paid to do these jobs, because they get paid less. Imagine what the AI is going to get paid.
Nothing.
You smell my drip?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
But that's his point. That's his point.
You gotta pay for your robot once.
I mean, the truck drivers were already getting mad. That's why Jesse said one of the things he said driverless cars should be banned completely. I mean, only if you're meaning because it's gonna take away jobs from drivers. But if it's just because of safety or you have an issue with that, like it ain't like we're doing much better. There's still 79, 80-year-old grandmothers out there who can't see driving.
Taking our jobs, they're doing the work we won't do. No. That was like
a lot of times, yeah.
That was like 20 years ago. Now every job is for grabs now. You don't hear nobody complain about a job to have. So in this case, it's World War something with all this stuff going on, and then you add this. Oh hell yeah! Not only the immigrants gonna be mad, but a lot of Americans gonna be mad. Best believe that. We all gonna have something we're all gonna have something familiarity with each other. We're all gonna have something the same.
We'll all have a common enemy.
Tuke brought up the lazy people, but just think about what AI will eventually do to all the office people jobs, because they can get AI systems to do that completely on their own, and people are actually going to have to go out and do the physical labor part of the works because AI is not at that advanced, but they can take over the office type of jobs.
It's getting it. Also, let's not act like this is like super duper brand new. iPhones have already been kind of an extension. Yeah, they've already been kind of an extension of AI. Now it's mostly our input, but like how much shit does your iPhone remind you of, or do the type of thing that you would used to have to do on your own, and now the phone does it for you? It's a lot of shit.
Autocorrect sometimes saves my ass, but also makes me look extra stupid. So,
you're doing a good job on your own, buddy. No, I'm fucking with you.
No. You out of anybody here knows how terrible my typing skills are.
Hey, look, I'm with you. I got fat thumbs, bro.
When we have a greater enemy, exactly, dog. Exactly. When we have a greater enemy, like this robot right here, and hey, you think you can kill one of them? They're gonna have 1 million of them. This definitely some iRobot right here.
Yeah, like it'll take some jobs, but then like Icky said, to maintain it will create other jobs. It could. So like it's gonna be a different type of job. It's gonna be jobs that you gotta go learn and figure this shit out. And by all means, you should be doing that anyway.
Right, exactly. Man, I'm already yelling representative to an automatic system. I can't yell at an AI on the other line too.
Hey, look, I'm not. Listen, I've been on the phone with cable company for the last like 3 weeks, and every time it's like somebody in Mumbai, and I'm telling you, I'd rather talk to AI at that point.
Ain't that the truth?
I can understand them at least. Jesus
Christ. Setting up a one.
No, damn it.
Okay, but all I hear is about people who don't want to work at McDonald's. So
this is in Fort Worth.
Yeah, of course, Texas did it.
I think it's the first one in the nation. So they're gonna take us out first, man.
Nah, he didn't
hey, look, if them fries is crispy and they get my order right, I ain't mad, man. Let's go.
Right, and it's faster.
Well, no, they
How
got
many
that.
times do you go and talk to somebody now and your order's jacked up?
I'm talking to Robot. Oh, Robot's my dog. He give me my shit ASAP. Yo, you want a tip, Robot?
They got that one restaurant over in Japan, I think. You order your food from your table, and these robots are going around on a wheel, and they come to your table, and you grab your plate off the robot, and then they go wheeling around doing their thing again.
Yeah, that requires the honor system. I'd be stealing food.
We got a bunch of Johnny. We got a bunch
Well,
of Johnny.
no. It's not that. They give you exactly what you order. So you order it from the table. I mean, if you see another robot going by, you're just like, well, hey, I like that better. I get your point, but at the same time,
Jess,
I just want to know. I just want to know how I get my refill. There's got to be a refill button somewhere for a drink, I'd assume.
Jess, I assume that's only in the short term, though. It's a short-term investment. I mean, a long-term investment. Like over time, unless the maintenance for them cost that much too, then
hey, we see.
Hey, look,
at that
point,
right?
At that point, they're making jobs though, because they're going to need robot technicians.
Right, but there will be less of those.
Hey,
like you ever tried? You ever been in?
Those are going to be Harvard degree type.
Well,
shit.
you ever been in a building that has an elevator that needs fixing?
Yeah.
Do you ever waited for the elevator guy to come fix it?
How long before the famous people get robots that roll their blunts from them?
How's that not already that'd be cool. I love that. You want to hit? Shit.
Because doesn't Snoop Blunt Rubber get paid $50,000 just to roll blunt?
No, legit. Hey, he didn't get paid, but I used to have a guy. I didn't say no names or nothing, but I used to have a guy that rolled back in high school that didn't do nothing, but he showed up just to roll. That was it.
Yeah, but just want to smoke y'all weed. That's all he wanted to do, which is good if you know how to roll and nobody.
No. He wouldn't smoke. He was just a professional roller. He'd show up, roll it, hang out, and play video games. That's it.
Yeah, that's true, Jesse. But like, I just feel like no matter how you slice it, they're gonna cut down on human error, which is the biggest cause of death to humans. Is us always. So like, until they start enslaving us, we kind of gotta take the good with the bad.
No, I'm sorry. It just makes me laugh thinking about it. I picture fighting a robot or an AI is me doing Rock'em Sock'em. It's just a bunch of up and downs.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's funny.
You fight with the AI. It's gonna be a short fight, man.
Oh, no shit. We have one punch and I'm done. My head's gonna go up just like the Rock'em Sock'ems.
Yeah, they're metal, man. So that's.
Well, thank you everybody in the comments.
Great topic. Yeah, great topic.
As well I wanted to do this last week, but Jake, unlike Shawn Michaels, I didn't lose my smile. I lost my voice, but I'm back and I'm good. So
he goes third.
Well, anyway, I got really.
I felt
bad when I had asked when I told Coach about what my original topic was. I was like, "Damn, I should have put the periods on there. I hope they don't think I'm talking about Allen Iverson."
I wanted to do this last week, but Jake wasn't here, so I couldn't do. Yeah, Rock'em Sock'ems. What up, Brandon?
That is a classic. Got that.
Hold on, man. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Brandon,
why give a shout out? I'm gonna get you already know BWO in the building, man. Hey, if you want your oddity merchandise, man, holla at my man Brandon, man. No. Not only does he have wrestling autographs, which we know him for, but he has all types of other autographs throughout and oddities, such as he might have a Rock'em Sock'em at the crib. Real shit. No, you know what I'm saying? That's how my man roll, man. So shout out to Brandon.
Signed baseballs, chains, hats, boxing gloves. BWO's got all your needs in the wrestling world.
So he's like
anything you need.
Wrestling only.
He like Morgan. He like Morgan Freeman and Shawshank.
I'm looking for a Nina Harley autograph.
Hey, just so you know, it's me, BWO. This is Jake. I bought from you before. Great guy. Get him.
He's a procurer of things.
And he's from Massachusetts, too.
Y'all didn't catch that, did you?
Shout out to Newton in the building.
My niece and nephew and Rock'em Sock'em. That sounds like you.
Hey, I had Rock'em Sock'em before I went out and got my WWE ring and action figures, so that thing's classic.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic, yeah. Well, then.
That's good.
I can get. He said, bro, I can get Nina for sure. He said for Nina sure. Harley? He put that on wax, too.
Oh, yeah, he can. You talking to the man right here.
I'm gonna have to holler at you. It had to go in
Oh,
the man cave.
Hey, yo, B. Hey, B, what I've been doing my whole life for you, B. Since I met you, B.
That's what's up.
Getting you connected. That's what I do out here. That's why I be messing with me. You know what I'm saying? Actually,
Brandon goes to conventions. Brandon goes to conventions before shows, after shows. He gets any and everything you need.
Yep, definitely, man. You know, and and it's crazy. Brandon will tell you right now. I seen the dream before anybody. B. I always say it because I love you and I love what you're doing. But I seen the dream when nobody's seen it, and now you here rocking. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing. You already know.
And with that, I told you that AI would go further than that. It could have kept going too. So with that, we're probably gonna take ourselves, I'm guessing, to a commercial break, right, Coach?
Absolutely right. You want to take us to a player?
Hey, look, man, we'll be right back. Don't leave.
Like, share, subscribe right now while we on break.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Gritty checking in. This Friday I'm live with STWF Media, man. Little interview coming soon. Everybody, y'all tune in. Man. We got some big coming. Let's get it.
Well. Time for your boy, huh? Jesus. So I said I'm gonna hopefully hook everybody up on a little something today. So, and these hoes here, and we coming through that boy. So, if you didn't know, today is June 27th. If you know, you know. And today is DJ Screw Day.
Yep, DJ Screw Day. Yeah.
Now, his birthday is not the day he passed. This is the day where the epic freestyle that they did was recorded. The freestyle was from June 27th, 1996. I still had a hairline in college.
Lord.
But chapter 12, June 27th, it's a 35-minute and 40-second in length. It had Young Star, Big Mo, RIP Big Mo, Big Pokey, RIP Big Pokey, KC, D-Mo, K-Love, and Haircut Joe. Seven rappers rap. I know, right? He rapped over a chopped and screwed version of Crisscross. The streets ain't right. And it's funny because I saw a video where Jermaine Dupri was on there, and Crisscross was obviously his group. And he was saying how a lot of people know the song from Crisscross, but more people know it from June 27th.
Yeah. So
that's my topic for today. But with that being said, because obviously you guys are up north, what's your thoughts of the screw genre? A lot of people say it's old and it's outdated, but it's still alive and strong down here.
I real talk, man. Y'all was busting through. Y'all was busting through up here in the north for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, with guys, Paul Wall, Bun B, you know what I'm saying? Slim Thugger, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking Mike Jones wasn't from that area, but Mike Jones kind of was he from that area?
Mike Jones, he's part of
the Mike Jones, my dog. So those guys, you definitely hit the scene. You definitely had a fan in me.
Mike Jones from the north side. So
for
he
a while,
was
but I just feel like, you know, along like Massachusetts, so that we don't even people don't really support like their local rappers like that.
We don't support our own rappers.
I kind of feel like that's how Texas Chop and Screw went down over here. Kind of like when you still get the guys, like you still hear about them guys that they made hits, you know, that can relate up north. But overall, I mean, they always had a fan of me, man. You know what I'm saying? I still love those guys to this day. My brother, you know, Epic and Scarface and all those, yeah. Big bro, make sure that
I think it's well documented on the podcast that I was a big Scarface fan when I was younger. So, look, I love the genre. It was never my favorite genre, but I love that it was something different, man. Like it's so the arts of a copycat league where everybody just hops on the wave and everybody hopped on that wave. But then like you said, I noticed so the wave died down from the mainstream, but they still doing their thing, man. I could always respect and appreciate artists who who love a sound, come up with that sound, create that sound, and just maintain doing what they do.
I think the biggest thing from it is because not just the music portion of it, but the whole culture that came with it. You got the whole thing with slab. Matter of fact, I was just talking with my boss last week. She had no idea what a slab was, so I had to educate her. Slab. She's like, slab? What is that? I said, it's a car. Why do you call it a slab? Slow, loud, and bang it. And that pertains to the screw music in the trunk.
Yeah.
The whole thing with that, the elbows and vogues, and it's crazy. I was laughing at my wife all the time. I said, only thing I like from Houston is the food and the music. The people, not so much. You got lucky and talked me into it.
He got
Nice.
She's a used car saleswoman.
I know, right?
She sold it.
But really, because I even know the radio station down there.
Yeah.
They actually all day today, they play that, but they play all the screw stuff. And like I think every hour on the hour on the box, they play excerpts from this.
So I had heard a lot of the mainstream versions of it, like whenever they would be on the radio and stuff like that. I got more into it here in the rapper Tech Nine, who's from KC, Missouri.
Yes.
He would slide a lot of that into his music because he's cool with a lot of those dudes down there. And that's when I got more exposed to it. So yeah, man, like again, I love that it's a whole culture. Like it's its own language.
Can I throw a question right back at you, Coach, about this? How much did the Purple Drink play with the evolution of Chop and Screw down that way? Ticket.
I too am fascinated about this.
Because I know how it hit when Massachusetts hit. They had everybody up east doing it, and they ended up being bad rappers because now they're trying to rap on slow beats that only people down there can do. I feel that's just me.
Right.
That's why their styles down there. And
it goes with the whole Southern draw. We all slow in our talk, and we ain't no hurry to get nowhere. So it kind of fits in for us. And the whole thing that I liked about it is they were able to take something. There's a couple of documentaries. I think it's on YouTube where they did the reenactment of everything. But the police was at his house because it will be lines and lines of cars. They thought it was selling dope at his house.
It probably was.
Probably was.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to embarrass myself and ask for some help because the only thing about Chopped and Screwed that I know is the T-Pain song.
Okay. So it started off as a lot of for me, my first introduction to it was my roommate. And at that point in time, you had guys like Fat Pat, R.I.P. to him, Lil Kiki. They're kind of were some of the first ones to start as far as freestyle. A lot of times, down here, and they would take a lot of the popular instrumentals at the time, and they would just freestyle over that. But then they would slow it down to a tempo, and it goes in obviously into conjunction with you smoking whatever you smoke, drinking whatever you drink, and when you're in a certain state of mind, you feel the music a lot more. The bass, the 808s are real heavy. They drag on a lot. The voice kind of drags on. So you're in a certain state of mind and you just in a real chill mood. It fits that genre. And that's kind of all we did in college, man. You got the red light or the black light or the strobe light going. You're sitting around doing your thing and you got some screw in the background, playing some Madden or something like that.
I want to know how
that
much.
Sounds cool as fuck.
It does. I want to know how much the music did this, or if it was just displacement from Katrina. But why is it that all New Yorkers now, and like a huge portion of New York rappers and Chicago rappers, and just they all sound like they're from the South now?
You know why though?
Crazy. Like how the fuck that happened?
They do this. So they do that, but that money should be kept down that way. But they know that for history's sake, saying the East Coast, saying in terms of how they leverage their artists, from the South or the dirty South or out West. So I feel like they try to just keep the money up here. Meanwhile, these guys are acting like they from down there, which doesn't make sense to me. But I feel like that's my theory on it. My theory
that's absolutely correct too.
Like Ice Spice don't sound like she's from New York.
So they said that a lot of it, because obviously, we all pay respects to Jamaica, the Northeast, New York in particular. That's where it was created. West Coast came out secondly. The South, the first introduction of the South as far as being in part of the rap game was Two Live Crew. But they felt like they always got shunned because they weren't the originators. So Pimp C and all those guys kind of got together and they said, we really don't need to go to the West. We really don't need to go North. We got enough people here that follow us. We can, our circuit can be here. And that's what they did. And when they started turning out these tapes, man, all these great tapes, and then eventually the CDs, these major record labels start seeing these numbers. That's why Chamillionaire did what he did. Chamillionaire was he was pretty much hood platinum before he even signed his deal.
Exactly. That makes sense, yeah.
And look and he don't gotta do nothing.
He does nothing with rap anymore.
His life. He don't care about no else for the rest of his life. That song right there, that's that one song. And that's what I say. Like, he had, like, to me, it's like kind of like the Chris Brown effect. I mean, Chris Brown now is gonna try to smoke his money away. But Chris Brown, before he got hit here, there was a guy that I knew that lived in Virginia and basically was like, this man's the man. And then as soon as he moves up here a couple months later, Chris Brown's being played all over. Oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? He's here, and he's from what? Cleveland? Ohio? Right. You know what I'm saying? They try to make him, but now you just look at him, people might think Chris Brown's from Cali. But no, he's from Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, if you remember, Drake came out of the South when really he's from Toronto.
He's from Toronto.
Like, when he first blew, he blew out of being down south with Trey
out of Houston.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
God damn, man. When we make music out here, when we make melodies, when we make debates, man, it sounds like a song, a number one hit. Because we just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, we're doing the work, man.
Crazy. Man.
So let me ask y'all this, and then I'll
That's right, Coach. Tell him, wifey say.
Tell him, Miss Marie.
Tell him.
You missed the part that I ain't gonna tell on him, but you can rewind.
But let me ask you this: do you think the reason why it's because if you think about it, Screw has virtually been untouched from a commercialization standpoint. They've tried, but it's still been very regionalized for the most part. That's the part about it that I do like.
It's so unique that you can't do that without it clearly you biting. Like you know that's not your sound. You know that's not where you from. Unless you came up from there in it, you can't do that without being like, nah, like that's not, you're not original in any way.
I can see that.
You can't get away with it. Like there's certain styles that you just can't get away with copying.
So what was the first year that so Will's situation, he said he got introduced to it via Tech 9. What year was that? Roughly.
Like early 2000, like early 2000s. Okay. In between like 2002 and 10, somewhere around. I don't know.
Okay. What about you, too?
My big brother was definitely a big inspiration. So he was bumping these guys around like 95, 96.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Now I was listening to Scarface way before that though.
Right.
But that's a little different.
Yeah, throwing in there, man.
They don't come for breezy.
But hold on, Pimp C was his guy. Pimp C was my brother's guy. No, Chris Brown is from Virginia. Oh no, sorry, he's from Virginia.
Virginia, not Ohio. Yeah, it's Virginia. Yeah.
Virginia, sorry, Ohio, Virginia, man. F y'all, same place, man.
Hey, when you from the Northeast, all that over there is just y'all one whole thing.
Trey Songz and Breezy from the same state.
Hey, I'll accept that with Kentucky and Indiana, but Virginia, hell no.
Yeah, Virginia is way better than Ohio.
Well, I retract what I said.
So, I'm curious. You say your brother started like 95, 96. How did it get up to here to him at that point?
My brother, I say I'm screaming, my birth certificate from New Jersey. That's where I was born. But my brother actually was able to live a portion of his life, of his childhood in New Jersey. So there's a lot of things going down there. So like you said, a lot of those East Coasters down there, they really mess with rap. Like Boston, whatever. We see how they are now. It's 15, 20 years ago. Now, all the guys down there, and Snoop said it. Snoop said it in one of his interviews. They bumping you down there. They bumping people in the South. They bumping people in the West. They just not letting it known. But you in a circle and you hear shit, people listening to y'all. They listening to y'all. So, it's like a secret. It's like a secret that they listening to motherfuckers in Texas.
My step pops is from Waycross, Georgia. Mm-hmm. So
he brought getting it in.
Yeah, he brought a lot. That's how I got to Scarface.
Boy, Christmas to all West Coast rappers.
That's how I got to a lot of that.
So his boy Christmas introduced a lot of West Coast rappers, and then that along with him getting to the South rappers, and then, of course with the East Coast, my brother listens to a little bit of everything, man. So,
and I like that because one thing I can't stand a hip hop snob, man. Yeah. I'm like, if it's good music, I don't give a damn where it's music. From. Yeah. That shit can be from fucking Greenland. If it bangs, I'm a jam it. But no, a hip hop snob, man, yeah, you can kick rocks. Some of y'all know who you are.
my man Icky better with dates than I am. So there you go.
Hey, y'all remember?
Yeah,
because we kind of we put Day like and him on to more of it, and then we all went to the concerts and shit. So with Tech Nine, it was a whole thing.
Okay. Anybody remember the Japanese rap song Underwater Style? Love that song.
Nah, I ain't never heard of that one.
Never heard of it.
I'm gonna find it and send it to you guys to see if you like it.
If it's good music, I'll bump it.
Jake, man, I'm sorry. Jake, you caught some good songs, but I'm sorry you was born in the generation you was born in.
Yeah,
my generation.
That's why the 80s rock.
Why do you think?
Hey, look. No. Hey, but we can't say we can't say we're not gonna be snobbing and do that, but it's not wrong.
No, be snobby all you want. Literally, my generation sucks. I was born in the wrong generation. I wish I was born when Coach was born. No shit. Because my music sucks.
Why? Everything really understand the 80s.
I'm about to give you something, Coach.
What you get?
End of the 60s music was great. The 70s music was great. I liked some, if not most, of the 80s music. And 90s was awesome. Then 2000 hits, and then NSYNC ruined it.
Yeah, they didn't do great.
It sucked. I mean,
boy band got weird.
2000s music, the rock scene was okay. 3 Days Grace and Drowning Pool, all those bands, they kept it alive. Korn stayed relevant. Slipknot, all that. That's the kind of music I really do like. Okay. And then just here in the 2010s, 2020s, it's like with the rap scene, the rock scene, it's just like you guys are killing it now. Like it's not killing it in a good way either.
Iowa's my shit.
That was a great album.
Yeah, it is.
For those, if you're not familiar with Screw, I invite you to go check it out. Screw is on the north side. I'm sorry, on the south side of Houston. Swisher House is on the on the north side of Houston. And right now there's another genre. It came from the sync wave, but most like Ryan Celsius and Rare. Check them out on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's the same type of genre. A lot of the popular songs, a lot of chopped and screwed stuff on it, but straight bangers, man. I ain't gonna tell you what we actually called it because it wouldn't be very PC.
And I feel like I don't know how y'all view him down there, but I feel like Wayne did a great job pushing a lot of that shit too.
He did,
helping it get out there more.
Wayne took the torch that Outkast had. UGK was headed there, but obviously it's the Conspiracy Time with Coach. I'm taking page out of Two's book.
Let's get it.
They not so supposedly. I know there's a lot of interviews and stuff where Pimp C was pretty much telling them we need to collaborate and get together to form our own record label. Mm-hmm. It was going to. I want to say Jay Prince was involved in it.
Of course, he was.
I want to say Suge Knight was part of it.
That's
and I forgot who and I forgot who else it was, but they were trying to take back the record industry for rappers as compared to what it's ultimately turned into.
Where
and
is Suge
he was a big
from?
proponent of that. Say again.
Where is Suge actually from? I didn't mean to cut you off.
He is from Compton.
That's what I thought. I thought he was from.
He's from Compton. He went to school at UNLV.
It just seemed like I thought he was from Compton, but then he always seemed like he really be fucking with the South a lot. Like,
yeah.
You go to you end your ass up in UNLV. You end up in Vegas, man. You see a lot of those guys
over there. Halfway down there. So
yeah, it's true. Actually, the weekends in Vegas turned into Cali. All you see is Cali plates.
That makes sense. It ain't nothing but a couple hours drive, right? So yeah.
Yeah. But happy June 27th to those who partake. Happy June 27th to those that didn't forget. R.I.P. my man Robert Earl Davis, aka DJ Screw, man.
I don't even want all these topics are great. I don't even want to do my topic now. Those topics are way more fun than my shit this week.
But we can end the chop up without a list.
I know, which is why I'm here. Your man with the list.
I'm Doug, my guy.
You just made a list.
You just made a list. Don't get yourself on my list. Get on my list, you don't come up off that. All right,
I thought 2 would pop for that.
Oh no, my fault.
He's preoccupied, I think.
No, I know what you were saying, but after seeing his performance the other night, man, Chris Jericho, man, he's tired.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad like that.
He's old now. Like it's just like he's
done, man.
He's done.
Well, in all defenses, that match was meant to be slow and short, and Sting being old and decrepit, it was a bad mix. Okay,
wait, it was Sting versus Jericho.
Hold on. It was a 6-man tag. It consisted of Sting on one team and Jericho was on another team. But in all, I'm just like Jericho got the belly now. It is like the only thing that's popping on him is his entrance music. And his entrance music wasn't even popping like in the WWE, honestly, to me. So it's just like
he's almost like he's like 50, almost 60.
What I'm saying? Like wrap it up.
52.
Sting, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Sting is ancient. Sting was like I was young when Sting was in it.
Sting is 64.
Yeah,
and like I said, I was hyped for that match just because Tetsuya Naito was in it, and he didn't even get a chance to really do anything, and it bugged the hell out of me.
See, everybody want to be Ric Flair, but Ric Flair got to get away with what he did because his hair was white when he was 30.
Hold on, and literally died. Hold on, and DeMar Hamlin himself, and then had one more match.
He still wants to have one more match, even though his last match was his one more match.
They're telling him he should never had that last match. He literally, DeMar Hamlin himself, he literally died.
Yeah, he passed out twice. He was literally knocked out twice.
That's the problem with wrestlers. They retire more times than Jay-Z does. Like it's enough. It's enough. Just pack it up, man. But they always see that one payday where they want to come back.
You know what part of Cali you going to, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you sub to Cali, it's quicker. Yeah.
I took that trip last year from Vegas to Cali.
Oh, did you go see Kawan then?
Yep, I went to go see Kawan. Actually, that's what I went to go see.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Cool brother, man.
Yeah, I remember y'all talking about it, and then suddenly you was in his living room taking pictures. I was like, oh, this thing was wet. Like
Chris Butter. His Chris Butter, dog. With Bull. I'm like, damn, that's the life down here? Shit.
Yeah.
Who down here, dog?
Will, I hate to do this to you since you're about to start your topic, but I do got to get ready for work. I'm going to be listening to it in the car. I'm going to try to hop backstage if it's hasn't run over too long. Yeah. Great show, everybody. Shout out to all. Thanks for entertaining my topic. Coach, I'm going to go look up that music now because it sounds fun, and I want to hear it. So I will talk to you.
Get your subs ready, man.
Yeah, drive safe, and shout out to Static Jake, man.
There we go. Oh, Staticky? You guys didn't tell me.
We want you to fight through it, man.
Yeah, you gotta fight through it.
Yeah, you had a great topic, man. Yep.
Yeah, you did.
Absolutely.
All right. Everyone have a good night.
You too, my brother.
And we're gonna look back when we blow up. We're gonna look back and be like, remember the days when we had Static Jake? just gonna give him the whole nickname, Static Jake.
Static
Jake.
Official nickname.
I feel like if he put that as his name when he comes in, then they'll just be expected. It's a whole thing. It's something we're doing. It's so we sound organic. Is that what? All right, I'm gonna pull up mine right quick. You want to do another commercial or no? We good. Just let's go.
Roll through it.
We rolling. All right, so this is kind of piggybacking something that my man Toop did a couple weeks back, but I wanted to take it in a little different route. So it's summertime, people go places and stuff like that. But I wanted to. I was also watching a podcast that had Graham Hancock on it, and if anybody knows who Graham Hancock is, he does a lot of a lot of exploring. I don't know what his actual title is, but he does documentaries.
The guy with the glasses.
Yeah, I mean that does not narrow it down, Coach. It does not narrow it down. But you were not good at that game. Guess who? Were you? Nah, yeah, but it's the guy. Yeah, he does documentaries like that. He did the one on Netflix, Apocalypse something or whatever. He's the one that his main claim to fame right now is this theory that humans have been around a lot longer than we think they have.
What's his name again?
Graham Hancock. And I'm not here to promote that man so much as say that I was actually watching him on a podcast today, and one of his main things he loves talking about is Egypt, which got me just thinking about the wonders of the world. And this is supposed to be 7 wonders of the world, but we've been around a little bit longer now, so there's a lot more than 7. They just only 7 official ones. But we got a lot of things that are destinations that people got to see, and so I just want to go over some with the group. I mean, we've all seen these places probably individually on our own, but we ain't all been in the same room talking about them. So here we are. We're gonna start with sharing this link. So number 28. There's 28 of them because I do lists, and apparently I do odd number lists too. So this is the Galapagos. Let me see how this is looking on the screen. Is it looking good? Oh, that's looking good. That's looking good. All right, good. Yeah, we got the Galapagos Islands, Pacific. Just like a nice. Ooh, I wish there was more information. Let me see. I feel like the main reason I want to go see this is to see the giant tortoises. Tortoise eye, I'm guessing. But the Galapagos.
Tortoise eye.
Right. We're doing grammar in English now. This is awesome. Yeah, Galapagos Island holds so much more significant than that. This island contributed greatly to Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, filled with amazing wildlife. Oh, I wonder if this is the island where he figured out. So, if anybody knows Darwin, he always says there's a region for everything, basically. Like that. And one of the things, he once found a long flower. He's like, it was just like a really long flower where the bud of the flower was all the way inside. And he was like, I guarantee that with this flower on this island, somewhere on this island has a long ass beak. Because otherwise, how does this flower get pollinated? And sure enough, they found a moth that drinks out of the bottom of those flowers. And that kind of solidified. That was one of the many things that solidified his theory. So moving forward, we got number 27. We got
pictures do nothing.
Say what?
Bobby said it is gorgeous in person. Pictures do nothing.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Not to mention they took one picture, and I'm realizing now that this had a lot of. I picked this because they had a lot of good places, but not a lot of great pics. Like for example, they have the deep sea vents, and they don't even have a picture for this. So moving forward, we're gonna talk about what's next. Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. Yo, this honestly looks crazy. I don't know why it went on. That looks like I really want to go to Vietnam. Also, I hear that like in Vietnam, like despite the crazy war we went through with them, which is the only war that objectively America can say that we just didn't win. Like nobody won. Everybody just like, yo, we just losing too many people. We got to stop. They don't harbor any hard feelings. I hear that they're very welcoming to tourists and Americans. And no, it's not anymore. It's not. No.
I mean, in regards to like you can have fun unless the two people play again or whatever.
Yeah. They just rock with us. They nice and everything. So, look, this looks beautiful, man. I would love to look at these islands, man. That's crazy.
What kind of party they be throwing out there?
Oh, it's got to be wild. It's got to be wild.
Crazy parties. You see how it's set up? This is in this picture right here.
Yeah, it just looks like like the boat parties must be insane. Like the whole city just seems like it's on boats. That's wild. Moving forward, what we got next? We got Table Mountain in South Africa. Anything from Africa is gonna be gorgeous. But again, these aren't great pictures. I'm not happy. Coach, feel free to add pictures to these on your end. We can't both do it, can we? I don't think we can. Probably melt the system. Something I would do. All right, moving forward. Yeah, so South Africa, Table Mountain. Honestly, I would say there's a lot about South Africa that people would want to go see, not just this mountain. What we got next? We got
culture.
Puerto. Yeah, seriously. Like more than just the sights, the culture is really why you should be going to these places.
Can you say that okay?
Yeah, Prisca? Oh, Princesa. Now Puerto Princesa underground. Yeah, Puerto Princesa underground river, Philippines. Underground river. That's Philippines got a lot of beautiful space.
Heard my boy Nori.
A labyrinth river about 8.2 kilometers long. This is the longest navigable underground river in the world. Sailing across this river makes for one of a kind experience. So it's really they say underground, but like
Philippines, huh?
Yeah, Philippines.
Sound like a smuggler's route.
It does.
That's why I call it the underground.
Is this part of this? Let me see. So we got now Iguazu Falls, border of Brazil and Argentina. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That this is beautiful.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Argentina and Brazil, mwah. You know what I'm saying? Mwah.
Yeah.
You know?
Keep it as appropriate as I can. I love their women for sure.
William A. Smith.
I mean, yeah. Particularly with how they he played the hula. He hit me with the hula music. I'm gonna wrap it up after that. We gonna get about a dodge after that. I might need to just end this. Yeah, this looks beautiful. I can't wait to go there one day. What else we got? We got the Citadel, the Ferriere, Haiti. Okay.
Wow. But they said Haiti was a shithole country. That's pretty nice right there.
I wonder if they just meant something not how it looks and just meant the people, but I doubt they better not because I love my Haitians.
Yep, I don't need them coming after me.
Nah, stop that.
Two people I don't say me. I don't want an Asian coming after me or a Haitian.
Yeah.
But they ain't got no scrap. They ain't got no scrap. You know they got a weapon on them.
They got a machete, homie.
It's hatchet time. Yeah. Aurora Borealis. Yeah. Haiti was beautiful. This is crazy right here. Aurora Borealis. This is also known as the Northern Lights.
Northern Lights. Yeah. Definitely on my bucket list.
Yeah, it's amazing that this is just gases passing through the atmosphere, but and solar wind. But I want to see it though.
Yeah, it's real gas.
But it's a really nice trip.
I would. I'd have some edibles for sure. For sure, maybe some mushrooms. See what happens. Victoria Falls, the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. Once again, if you're in Africa and anywhere near water, it's definitely gonna be beautiful.
How about if you're not near water?
It's still beautiful, but maybe a little less. It's something about water, man. I think it's because we all came from the water. Something about water that just it draws to the eye. Like look at this scene. Look at these waterfalls, man. That's just beautiful.
They go, hell yeah. We know what that is. We love to see the Northern Lights. What's that one?
Definitely. What we got next?
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest in Nepal. I got a friend from Nepal. I bet he's not watching this podcast. But yeah, man, people climb this, and I don't know why. I get that you want to achieve something, and I get that.
Had no desire to play with death.
In the end, that's just a byproduct. The truth is, it's wanting to conquer something and do something that no one else has done. But do you realize that there's bodies on this mountain that they use as markers for which way to go and not go?
Are you serious?
Yeah. How do they remove them? Think about that, Coach. How are they going to remove them? It's easier just to leave them there. They're frozen solid. So they just leave them there. And they use them as like basically
blow your hot breath on them.
They use them as markers and signs. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia, which we're destroying actively, but for now, it's still beautiful. Also dangerous. Anything in Australia is dangerous. Yeah,
man.
This is one of those. This is one of those, like, it looks so beautiful you want to get in, but you'll die. So, because everything out there wants to eat you.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Everybody wants to eat you in that water right there.
Yeah, like everything there just wants to eat you. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful. This is right in our backyard. This is right here in our home, the Grand Canyon. Yep. This is amazing just because it's erosion. Imagine that. It's been there long enough that water just made this. It carved it out. Anybody been to the Grand Canyon?
I've been to the Grand.
Not yet, huh? Yeah, you ain't even that far from it. What you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Just haven't made it yet.
He said just haven't go.
I go hiking. I've been hiking in Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, Arizona.
My man went everywhere.
Real hiking. That's real hiking. That's real hiking over there. Shit.
Hell yeah.
We always go around, use around March because shit's still hibernating.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
I ain't trying to run into any bears or snakes.
This is one that I'm fascinated by, the Terracotta Army. Yeah, this is, you see this in a lot of movies too. You see these guys, but there's like a crazy story about the people who pose for these and having to stay still. And allegedly, I don't know if it, I can't remember if it was just if it was a fact or just maybe a movie fact, maybe it wasn't real, but that people were actually in them and they just they got yeah, they basically got.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, that sounds like them too. It sounds like
sounds like, I mean,
just super committed, right? Like overly committed.
Like we're just gonna grow hair, yeah, because this feels like
we just gonna put all this shit around you and dress you up and all this, and that'll be it. And this is your sacrifice to the gods.
Bobby recommends going to Finland and see the Northern Lights, and he said he loves Utah. Yeah, I don't think we'll love Utah, but I'm great that you love Utah.
Utah is gorgeous, man. The big island in the sky. You absolutely got to go there.
What side should I go on in Utah? I heard Utah's not a very safe place like people like me.
That's Salt Lake City. My brother says it's not many of us up there.
For people like me. These human carving by the Polynesian people of Chile are as old as 700 years old. This is Easter.
They be on Mario, right?
This is Easter Island. Was it a Mario? Maybe
not. A fucking video game.
It was. I think so.
Yeah. Is this the Maui people? I forget who carved these, but beautiful stone figures, and there's so many of them on this island too. I think it's called Easter Island. I could be wrong about that.
Some of them like buried under the ground, and you only see the top part of it.
Yeah, like there's more to them, and also they can't fully. It took them forever. It took them to like the mid 2000s to figure out how they moved them because they're so heavy and they weren't built here. They were carved out of stone, and the only place to get stone is miles and miles from this location, and then they had to basically bring them here.
Is that the one where they did it with like the logs on the ground and the road?
Yep. Nah, the rolling, that's what they thought. That's what we all thought was going to be the way they did it. They couldn't do it. They were too heavy for the logs, I'm pretty sure. So they showed that what they did was they basically tied a series of pulleys and ropes on all sides and had just multiple people basically rock it. You know how like if you were moving a tall bureau that you couldn't, and you would just kind of walk it slowly, like side to side?
Yeah.
That's basically how they had to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
damn,
that's Easter Island.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I don't know how I remember that shit, but I did. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. Yeah, I hear Cambodia is gorgeous, and once again, this picture, this looks like a postcard at this point, but
it does.
But I'd love to go see more. You're right. If I got that postcard, I'd be like, shit, I want to. Like, damn, I'm trying to go. What else we got? We got the Banao Rice Terraces, Philippines. Philippines hitting the list twice, huh?
Philippines.
Yeah.
Philippines pretty. We might have to take a trip. These are rice fields, man. That's wild. They got mad rice. What else we got here? We got this is a classic. Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal, man.
India.
Jinder Mahal.
India's architecture is crazy. I want to know the history behind their architecture. Like, look at how beautiful this all is.
Water is nice.
What is that, limestone that they carved that out of? It looks like it's limestone. Some kind of, I don't know. That's crazy. Beautiful though. All right, moving forward. What else we got? What else we got? Machu Picchu, Peru. Yeah, this is more just beautiful mountain work and some nice architecture and stone structures.
And at 2,430 meters above sea level.
Yeah, so that means you're going to be breathing like real short breaths.
Yes. I don't want to go there.
Well, you don't go to Utah either. That's the same problem.
Utah, you ain't on my list.
The Christ Redeemer in Brazil.
Oh, Brazil. You go to Brazil.
I'm less interested in the whole Christ part of it and more interested in a ginormous statue built like this. I think that's crazy.
It overlooks the bay, right?
Yeah, and it just stands up there looking gangster as hell. Like just imagine when it was first placed there and you just know that you did that and you just walk around the city and it's just
like a boss.
It's just like a boss. Like the pickup lines at the bars would be crazy. Hey, how you doing? I made that. Like
what's up, guy?
How you doing?
I only drink.
You ever been drawn naked?
Canadian breast milk.
We got Chichen Itza, Mexico. So this is, let me see, a must do when you visit Mexico. And all
nice.
Yeah, this is the Mayans. Yeah, this is the Mayan shit. They're finding even more stuff like this in the Amazon. They're finding.
And aren't they finding a correlation between these pyramids and the ones in Egypt?
The correlations are the set. Okay, let me make sure I get this right, and I might not still get it right. It's where they're located, like longitude and latitude, and with relevance to stars, like the North Star, true north. The pyramids are true north, which is a very important direction on the planet. They're true north, and they're off by 3/60ths of a degree from true north, which they did this with. We don't know what they did it with. So the pyramids are just unbelievably, and they're also lined up with the 3 stars in Orion's belt.
Okay.
They're also lined up so that right over the top, right, the Sphinx itself looks directly at the sunrise on March 21st in spring. Like the shit that they did was unbelievable. How they did it, and with like they did things before we could ever imagine doing them, and we don't know how they did it in terms of how they lined stuff up, the mathematics used, also the dimensions. If you scale it, the dimensions of the pyramids equal out to the longitude and latitude of the entire Earth. So like scale wise, it's exactly like the Earth. It's phenomenal what they were doing, and
we think we did that by ourselves.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's a whole other podcast, Coach. I promise you. Don't get me down that path. That's a whole other podcast. Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason I always saw this, thought it was funny, and never looked into why it leans. Did they just like sink into the earth and then didn't fall? And they were like, all right, oh fuck it. Also, can you? Yeah, I see people up there. I'd feel like it wasn't safe. I'd be like, this building's leaning, and we're just adding weight.
I'm getting my passport ready. Real showing me a lot of stuff I like on here.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. When I saw I just like, yo, let's do something. This like, Hagia Sophia, Turkey, another place with unbelievable architecture. A lot of round domes. I see. You see that in Russia. You see that in India, and apparently here in Turkey. Like, I bet that makes sense. Turkey. It's not usual to find buildings that house different religions, and yet, oh, okay. Originally a Greek Orthodox church, it was later converted into a mosque, though it now neither. Oh, now it's neither, and it's a museum instead.
Wow.
I think that's a fair way to go. You know what? No one gets to have religion here anymore. It's a museum. Everyone leave.
Right. We got to have some type of equality.
Yeah, equality. Yeah. Let me see. Great Wall of China. I definitely want to go here. It is crazy the sheer number of people who died building this, and that they just put them in the wall as filler.
Really?
So you know that? You didn't know that part? Yeah. So like, it was basically slaves who built this, and as they built it, when you died, they just buried you in the fucking wall with like as part of like the.
I don't want to touch the walls, man. Shit.
I mean, yeah, they're so far
gone,
bro.
Somebody come back from the dead.
Right. Take some bad mojo back with you.
I'm over here chopped and screwed, man. You know, on the cold game.
Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop watching Indiana Jones.
I thought they were making another one last night, but it was just a.
They are. No, they are.
They are.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so somebody. Yeah. Okay, I need to go see that.
A funny story. Actually, quick sidebar. A funny story about the Indiana Jones movie is I think they asked him, Harrison Ford. It was either Harrison Ford they asked, or maybe they asked Bruce Willis about making another Die Hard, and he was like, "I wish to make the next movie. What they did is somebody kidnaps me as an old man, puts me in a room, and then starts questioning me about where this artifact is." And then the rest of the movie is just about some other actor like playing me younger. He was like, because I don't want to do all the stunts anymore. So he said that'd be a great way to tell the story. So I'm still involved. He was like, but like, it's not me having to do all this shit anymore. Because apparently they got him running and jumping and doing all. He's like 70, 75 now. Like my man's old. And they got him doing mad shit now. But back to this.
Into breathtaking wonders of the world to see. Shout to Louis Beck. Moderator might be me agree.
Catacombs of Kom El Shakafa, Egypt. Yeah, see, Egypt's gonna be on this a couple times too, because they're doing beautiful. They did beautiful things over there. Moving forward, what we got? What's number? We're in the top 5 now. The Colosseum of Rome. Yes, I want to go to the Colosseum. Although I think I know what I'm gonna see. It's pretty straightforward of what happened here, but I'd love to hear more of the stories about it and just get the backdrop.
Ford is 80.
Harrison Ford is 80. God damn.
80? God damn. I chopped off 5 years for that man.
Shit.
He'd be happy to be.
He was already midlife when he started doing Star Wars.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You didn't do that.
What we got here. And then this is another crazy one in terms of how they did it and built it and moved everything.
The compound.
Stonehenge. Prehistoric monument set in English countryside. Historians are still not 100% sure how the stones got there. And much of the stones is
still. How got there? Bibbles.
Got there from Fred Flintstone and Bedrock.
Yeah. These got moved similar to the heads on Easter Island, except these were, I think, heavier and they have less idea even how they stacked them.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, these also line up with significant points in constellations, sunrises, equinoxes, all type of shit. It's crazy. It seemed like people all over the world were coming to the same type of conclusions, but like not together at the same time, which makes it weird.
It's crazy.
And here's my favorite. Yeah, one. Yeah, and many arms, like
Roger.
The Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. I gotta go to these. I want to see these. Graham Hancock was telling a hilarious, crazy story. So he's climbed these multiple times, most of them illegally. One of the times he climbed legally to do like filming for one of his documentaries. He said at one point he was climbing one of these. And he got to like the top, I think, of the middle one. And on one of the rocks, he saw inscripted on there, P. Hancock. And it turned out it was his grandfather, who had also climb the same pyramid.
That's freaking awesome, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, imagine that, like, your grandson goes into the same work that you were into without knowing, and then climbs the same spot and reaches to that area that you were already at. So that was a unique story.
Is he lying?
I don't. Look, there's a lot of stuff that he could lie about, but that just seemed like a weird one to make up.
Right.
And the treasury at Petra, Jordan. Okay, so this is like, yeah, this got to be historical. I'm not just historical, but like biblical proportions.
That almost looked like the entrance to what's the one that had the Kraken on there?
Oh, was it Wrath of the Titans?
Maybe, I think so. Yeah.
What's the dream location destination for everyone?
And that's kind of where I'll go from there. So we saw that, and I'll stop sharing now, and we'll just like, what do y'all, of all the things we've seen, where would y'all want to go?
The hood.
So I'm just reading comments now. I only drink Cambodian breast milk. He's a fool for that.
If I had to choose, man, I want to go to Africa, man. I want to go to Africa. You know, I just want to spread my royal oats. You know what I'm saying?
Bali. Ooh, I like that. I would love to go see the pyramids. Honestly, like 4 or 5 of these on the list for sure. I want to go. Also, honorable mention, the White Cliffs of Dover. I'd like to go see those. I don't know if anybody's ever seen those, the White Cliffs of Dover, but they're just these mountains on the side of a.
I'll go to North Pole.
No, you don't.
Actually, so Bali, actually, I may be invited there. I gotta let my wife know. She don't know yet. Hopefully, she not watching.
He's breaking news. He's breaking news on the podcast.
I heard that.
All of a sudden, you're gonna see a slipper fly out of the cut, hit him in the head. Oh, she listening. You know,
I spoiled your surprise. I tell you about it after the show.
You know, he done snitched on himself. Self-telling. That's crazy. But yeah, man, I'd love to go. Honestly, most of that list, like a good portion of that list, I'd like to make it to see those things at some point. So
I gotta have a security team.
I need me a passport.
Go get you one now.
If you need a deal for a resort, let me know, Coach. I have a friend who owns one there. Say less.
Really? Okay.
Oh, now they definitely going. But yeah, man. I think that let's pretty much wrap this up. We had a great show. Another great, really great chop-up, man.
We went from the hood to the virtual world.
Yeah.
Back to the hood again.
Yeah.
Nice islands, man. Damn, man. Shit.
We traveled the world today.
We started off in Chicago, tragically. Then we went to the where? Let's get it.
I want to go to Italy.
We went from Chicago to Silicon Valley, back down to the south to Texas, and then we went all over the world.
So, I would love to go to Africa myself just to feel peace.
Yeah.
I want to go to Africa to see how real the hair is down there.
Mama, you are a ginger. There ain't gonna be no peace for you in a place of pure sun. You are gonna get burnt.
Somehow we had Cambodian breast milk along the way. Breast milk.
And somehow we had.
Somebody said earlier that Dave Chappelle's not funny. Like, you're lucky you're my friend because you would have got erased for that. Alex. Yeah. Alex said that Dave Chappelle's not funny. And he also said Marlon Wayne's not funny. And those two guys, I think that's funny, man. Kind of, you know.
I agree. I agree with him with Marlon, but not Dave. Marlon is just funny on, like, when he acts, when he does his goofy shit, like in movies and shit. That's when he's funny. His stand-up was not funny.
Yeah, stand-up's not funny. No, I can say
it was not funny. But yeah, man. Look, we had a great time today. Yeah, I want to go to Egypt for sure, 100%. See those pyramids. Just hear the people. I want to go to Cairo. Like this, there's so many places I'd like to go. So, Chappelle show was funny and is. Dave was funny. Yeah, he don't like Dave no more.
Yeah, they ain't funny no more. I told people when I went to that last
he's just preaching. He's preaching a lot now.
He's preaching now. He just like over here like ha ha ha. I got money. I'm rich, bitch. Hold on. Wait till I get my money right and I'm rich, bitch. The two epic slogans. Because look at them now.
Yeah, true. They meant what they said.
Mm-hmm. And they did what they said.
Yeah. So.
Say what I meant.
Fellas, what y'all gonna get into, man? What's everybody gonna get into the rest of the night, man? What y'all doing?
Me, I got these trainings to finish up. I got
early,
but other than that, man, you know, that's the end of my night. And of course, you know, I gotta go Snoop Dogg without Snoop Dogg. One day I'll be with Snoop Dogg, but I'm a Snoop Dogg by myself, Snoop Dogg.
So a whole lot of if somebody was playing Snoop Dogg bingo, they would have just won, but
Snoop Dogg. Shout out to everybody though.
Shout out to everybody,
man. Taco Tuesday with your hot sauce on it. If you had some, shout out to you. If you didn't, that's all right. But one thing y'all could do is like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, STWF Media. You know, you can catch the show tonight. You can catch us live every time we're on. Shout out to the new viewers that came on today. Show some love.
Absolutely.
And we her.
This. You notice when I asked Miss Marie, he didn't answer. He just leaned back in his chair and realized he about to get some talk.
Coach, I'm not gonna talk about a trip. He thought he was just going to sleep tonight.
Coach about to get sent for.
Well, it's your fault. Bro, you opened up a can of worms.
The hand of God.
With these nice fabulous, nice places you did.
And the only reason he ain't getting beat with a slipper right now is because he said he gonna take us somewhere. So she was like, all right, well.
Can't go nowhere without Maria with me, so I definitely got to do that.
I could dig it. Appreciate you, Mama. Appreciate you. Miss Marie, appreciate everybody. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my man E-Killer for showing up. My man Jesse for showing up. I appreciate y'all. Whenever my peoples is in here, I mean, y'all all my peoples, but my peoples that I brought to the show, it just makes me even more enthusiastic. What's some bagels? Oh, y'all can't take my peoples. I take them and run if I want to.
It's on record. Yep,
it is on record. I said that. It's on wax. He got to do it now.
It's on wax, man.
We can prove it. It happened. But yeah, man.
Bazinga!
Oh, Shaggy. No. Y'all appreciate everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the old chat. Who was? I'm gonna have to. Oh, it looked like Jesse took it. It's close.
Think Jesse got the MVP tonight?
I think I gotta give a tie to both my guys, and that's not being biased, but it looks like it's a tie between.
Oh, so it goes to me. I get the decision.
Jesse and Icky. All right, well, I say it's Jesse and Icky. Someone else got to pick.
Chris Vick is the winner by default.
He's not even here.
Shout out to Ick as well, man. Shout out to Marie. Shout out to Mama, man. You know what I'm saying? Make a way. Shout out to Bobby, man. You know, always consistent. You know what I'm saying? And coming through, no matter what show it is, what circumstance. You know, shout out to you.
Bobby's the man.
Bobby is the man. For real.
Yeah.
Well, we see y'all tomorrow at 7:30 for Nothing But Basketball show.
Nothing But Basketball show. We'll have some topics over here. You know what I'm saying? It'll kind of feel like we was in last week, but you know, we'll get y'all familiar and we'll have y'all boosted up. So tune in tomorrow.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all. Peace and hair grease. Out of this bitch.
Yeah.